That was dramatic.
What the?
I had to get it out, all right?
Okay. Heyo.
Hi!
Hey, cowards.
So glad they don't know what's going on.
We cannot hear you, Sean.
You're muted, boy. Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right, so I'm DMing today. Welcome back to the Mercs of
God.
Mischief.
Fucking chaos ensues.
I've been talking for so long, and none of y'all said a thing. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know
Sorry.
we were talking.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Oh, no, my battery's dead. That's the problem. Okay.
That's bad.
Do we need to pause and start up again in 5 minutes? Or
Pause
2
1
minutes?
moment. I'll be
Pause
right
one
back.
moment. All right. In the meantime,
We got stuff.
We've got stuff. We got stuff going on. For one, don't forget that every 100 followers up to 1,000. I don't know. We'll probably keep doing it if we got more people that want to give stuff away. But we got giveaways. So when we get to 1,000 followers, we'll have a giveaway. And so nice to see so many of you back joining us that came here, found us because of Dingo Doodles and Joe Cat. Been seeing some great reception on YouTube for that too. But I mean, yeah, other than that, what we got a couple weeks before the next clockwork. We got what else is going
Do we have a date for the next clockwork?
I'm okay, actually, yeah, we got to confirm that with Zeke because
we got fucking this upcoming Tuesday regular Deadlands programming will resume.
Okay, I got batteries again.
Which I'm very excited about.
All right, the DM's back. His microphone works.
Okay, I got batteries again. I've been talking to myself for hours. Okay.
I mean, you say that as if it's something different than you.
Well, look, I mean, this is almost what I do professionally at this point. Hello, welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. Apologize for the slight delay. It is Sunday night, and I am your benevolent dungeon master, Puck, with my hat fully restored, everything as it should be. And I am joined today by a group of Mercenaries of Mischief, along with another contestant for who will be Jonathan's new character. And we'll see if that one moves on. But now I will introduce my new contestants in no particular order. Joining us today, former Eldritch Clown Car and champion of the Brightstone Fighting Pits, Mr. Redann. Also joining us is Infernal Songstress Extraordinaire, Miss Lilith Singer.
Hello.
Chosen Cleric of Selune, Miss Gilbetta Fakinot. And our new Warforged Bard, the third contestant, Larch.
Greetings!
Oh, God.
Larchmont St. Larch.
Why?
I love the voice already. I'm 100% in.
Oh, it's going to be a hell of a show, kids.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Here we go again.
Oh, boy. There's it goes.
I hate this. I hate everything you just said.
No, it's fine. Everything's great. So, when last we left our heroes, a girl named Becky came by, and drinking happened.
Gilbetta tried to kill her, but Sharp just was like, no. So
tried to kill her.
Very tempted to, wasn't she?
A lot of discussions went down. Tried to figure some stuff at the keep. And then we went and liberated a Pegasus, who it turns out could talk and cast spells.
And more importantly, I am riding.
Yes.
Which was impromptu as fuck.
It's because he learned in the middle of the night that this Pegasus was captured. He's just like, we must rescue him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you could have left me at the keep. I did absolutely nothing that night.
Literally, like you literally slept the way there.
But
and, like,
the imagery is worth it.
yeah.
Really could have just been Becky and Redann.
Yeah,
Really?
To be fair, I wasn't expecting like CR 0.05
Yeah.
enemies, so
Yeah.
Yeah, like these guys were not. These were not like super powerful goons that you're going after. But
I imagine that's
It was
because
getting towards the end of the episode too. So.
yeah.
well,
It's a
and
huge
realistically, I imagine that's a quest that we could have done from day one had we asked the right questions.
It's one of those side quests that's like always pushed over. It's like, no, we'll get around to it.
It's like when you're trying to level up, and so you're looking for like the last side quests in this
Yeah.
town, and you find
Yeah.
that one that you're supposed to get at the beginning. It's like, pick me 20 mushrooms.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
You fucking
shit, all
serious? I just killed a dragon.
all these are grayed out now, and it's I gotta
Yeah.
do. I can't just abandon them. You can't do it.
No.
But anyways, what was the name we gave to this Pegasus again?
I don't know. It's your
I can
story. I'm
find
just
that out
fucking
momentarily.
rolling in it.
All right, figure it out because I wrote it down somewhere and then I
Wind
forgot it.
song.
Wind
Wind song.
song.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Not even my horse.
Damn My new best friend, other
It's
than the
not a
gingerbread
horse.
man.
It's fucking
Is it? You
Calazar's.
forgot its name already. I'm
So
sorry, I'm
you
throwing
guys
back
have-
off now. Me and
guys-
Lilith both did not have sleep.
Have gathered up Windsong and taken him back to the keep. You had a long day of discussion about the implications of these soul capturing crystals and what perhaps could be done about them.
And I'm guessing you just left Becky on the side of the road.
Yeah,
Well-
Becky was left in the desert.
I mean, if Gilbetta had anything to do with it, yeah.
She's a tough gal. She'll make it.
Yeah.
This
So real
isn't the
quick,
first-
Becky wakes up and and she
It was-
like reaches for a flask and it's not empty. Like, gets up, starts walking.
It's not her first rodeo. She's been around.
Yeah.
So, and also Lilith got to have some conversations with a humanoid form imp of Pizdog. He took on a new form and called himself Paul Tog.
Just the way you talk, Puck. I had to go back and re-listen to everything and be like, wait a minute. So many sentences.
And now we join everyone back at the keep the following day. And now that everybody's gotten a full night's sleep and Windsong has been brought back to the keep, Windsong has found himself a crate of apples and is eating them.
I would have spent the night working with my new gingerbread construct. Do I
Okay.
need to make a roll?
Make an Arcana check. What are you
Ooh.
trying to do with this construct now? Like you
I'm-
implied.
I'm trying to teach it just general commands, like in the confines of my room. Just like go there, pick that up, bring it back. Just
Okay.
basic stuff.
All right. Give me an Arcana check.
15.
15. You're having some success, but you feel like this might take a more skilled caster to rewrite this creature
Lame.
completely.
Okay, Cal's gonna love me.
All right.
As soon as Gilbetta gets back, it's like, yay, Becky's not at my river anymore. And Gilbetta like runs and jumps in the river.
Gonna have a long swim.
Yep.
Okay.
Swim and a prey.
You're gonna have a swim and a prey.
Yep.
All right. Calazar doesn't even go back to his room. He just sleeps outside. Just lays down.
He's adorable. I'm gonna go to Spoonie.
Okay.
Is that me to continue or?
No, good. If you're
Oh,
if you're going to Spoonie, you go.
All right, just checking. It's. I guess I'm knocking his doors, thinking he's there.
Comes up and opens the door. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Oh, you know, give me a little bit of company, rise and shine. And I like to
yeah.
imagine going to Tommy first to get a cup of coffee for me and for Spoonie. I'll hand him a cup of coffee.
All right. He's happy to have a drink and hang out. So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I haven't checked up on you. How are you, Spoony?
I'm doing all right. Going to a weird dimension, getting caught up in some goo. And then that kid dying on me. It's been a whirlwind couple of days.
Yeah. Definitely affected Gilbetta a lot. But as much as I would like to give everyone time and space, I feel it's about time to hold a council meeting, Spoony. A direction to move forward to.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Did I tell you that we met Moldavos? Young Moldavos. I have a feeling the one before he went the wrong way.
Yeah, I heard a bit about that.
I was so filled with worry because I didn't know where you were. And without realizing it, I didn't get a chance to thank him. He actually taught me a little thing about tiefling contracts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Without him, I would have gone straight to the old man and assassinate him as best as I could. Discover that there's a possible death clause, though, so need to re-strategize how to approach things moving forward.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Well, at least he had some good info or something.
I'm asking one more time. Are you okay, Spoony? Honestly?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
This life, you get used to moments like this. Doesn't mean you gotta like them, but you get used to them.
I hope it's someone's like this is not making you careless. And I give him a little shove on his shoulder.
You know me, Lil.
No. No, I don't.
I'm the most careful man around.
No, you weren't. Back when we were fighting Blackwind when he was inside that creature, disgusting giant of a thing, you went and played in the middle of the battlefield when you should have been somewhere further away.
Well, I trusted you to watch my back. And I was right.
Don't be so reckless again.
When you keep watching my back, it won't be reckless.
Maybe there'll be times where I can't be there to watch your back, Spoony.
Then I'll be more careful.
Please do so. How long until you think we can get the council meeting together? I know everyone has an agenda to do.
I'll see if I can get everybody together this afternoon.
All right. Please do. I thank you.
Give me some time to get stage ready. And he goes back into his room.
All right, go put on your face.
All right.
I will exit out. And then probably just check in on Melissa and just see how she's doing too. Just other NPCs I haven't got a chance to speak with.
Melissa's doing all right. She's brewing, enjoying herself. She's happy the threat is gone. She was a bit rattled by the entire situation, but she's trying to make this place a home for her and her brother and just kind of settling in.
Excellent. Just want to tell her that she did a great job and would love to spar with her because she's definitely kick-ass.
She's ready to go anytime you are.
Excellent. All right,
So-
can't wait.
Anybody else have any business they'd like to attend to this morning?
I'm watching Calazar like a hawk. When the second he's up, I'm in there talking about Ginger.
Are you like hovering over him?
Yes.
His sleeping body?
He's like standing outside staring at him.
I'm imagining him like just asleep at a bar table, and I'm just sitting across from him.
Not
It's
even like in the dirt outside.
Yeah, I'm like sitting beside of him, playing with the gingerbread man until he's awake.
It's like,
he's been
you know-
awake
you
for
know how
3
parents-
hours,
you
and
know
he's
how
just
parents
intentionally like, "Oh God, is he
talk
gone
about
yet?"
like, yeah, it's like, you know how parents talk about waking up to their kids staring at them. It's like that. It's like, ah! Mhm.
It's like that, except it's an enormous man.
Yeah.
That's really uncomfortable. Redann. Oh my god.
This is Redann. Why do you?
I know. It's still
look,
just. Ugh.
Calazar has been awake for 3 hours, and it's just like laying there.
Yep.
like maybe
Like-
if I pretend to be dead.
I'm happy to wait this out.
What's worse is that he doesn't have to say anything. He just like mind meld with him and be like, "You awake yet? You awake yet?"
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
you're waiting for Calazar. Is anybody else doing anything?
Gilbetta wants to at some point. I feel like if after a while she doesn't come find me, I'll go find Grayscale
Okay.
and talk to her. And then I want to talk to Cookie because I
Yeah,
haven't
talk
really
to
gotten a
Cookie.
chance to talk to Cookie since he was brought back from the dead.
I was thinking the same thing, but
So
yes.
All right.
Cookie time.
Cookie time.
Yay.
so that's what Gilbetta's doing.
All right. You're gonna go talk to Cookie. What
Yeah,
do you
well,
want-
Grayscale then Cookie. Yeah.
All right. So Grayscale is in the training hall. She's working on her cleric skills.
Good. I just want to ask her, like, kind of, well, what did you think about that battle we had?
That was different,
Yep.
but I won't be afraid. And next time, I'll be strong enough to make sure everybody comes home.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we didn't lose many in numbers, but damn if we didn't lose an important one.
Are you okay, teacher?
Truthfully, no. But all I can really do is just keep going.
I will keep going also.
He would want us to keep going and finish the things that he had planned. Not that I know what those plans are, because he was a smug bastard that kept a lot of things to himself, but but that's my best friend. And she looks at the ring, kind of just like, damn you.
I will help any way I can, teacher.
I know. Well, I'm gonna go talk to Cookie since I haven't had really a chance.
He makes very good food.
He does. And see what I don't know if you've noticed, but since Kashano died, there's been random strangers showing up every day, different ones. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna go.
There are a lot of people. The inn has been very busy ever since Cookie came back.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go see what new fuckwad awaits us today.
Great attitude.
He's got a little bit of self-awareness. Okay, so Larch,
Yeah.
you have a delivery to make to this place. You have some paperwork that you're bringing up along with a couple of the latest headlines.
Naturally.
And you're arriving up at this place, and there is a cart resting outside, and there is a drow still in his bedclothes laying on the ground. And Redann just standing next to him with this like murderous gingerbread man.
Was I given instructions to speak to anyone in particular?
You are actually looking for Kashano.
Ah, all right. You there, my good man. Might I ask you a question?
Yes.
Wow, all right. That was a bit of delay. Where might I find one Kashano the Quick? I have a delivery for him.
Ooh. What's this about?
Well, I have a delivery for Mr. Kashano the Quick, courtesy of Lady Silverhand of Waterdeep.
You might want to keep that down. He died.
Oh. Interesting.
There's someone who's a lot like me. His name is Cookie. He's inside of that building. Talk to him.
All right. Cookie, I suppose it will be. And as I move towards that, I will send a sending to Lady Silverhand to confirm that I can discuss with this Cookie fellow.
All right. It returns back that you can discuss with Cookie.
All right. Fans?
You can also discuss with other members of the Mercs team.
Okay. Good to clarify. Yes, I will go into the building. Greetings, friends. Where might I find one Cookie?
So, Gilbetta, you're inside the crab shack at this point, talking to Cookie.
Oh, good. I'm gonna just give Cookie a look that's like, here's today's flavor of the week.
It's just a coincidence, I'm sure. There's plenty of other interesting people that come in every day that you never talk to, I swear.
I know, but we've been talking to all these new ones. It's, I don't know. I guess it's the natural order of things. I don't know.
What can I do for you, sir?
Ah, would you be Cookie, the famous Cookie of Cookie's Crab Shack, as it says across the door?
Indeed I am.
Ah, well, I come with news from Lady Silverhand of Waterdeep. Apparently the person I was supposed to initially deliver this to is not available.
Who was that?
Your fallen comrade, from what I understand. Tragic news, hate to hear it, but in the long run, might not be the worst thing. Every great institution could use a martyr or two.
We've had a few already, but what have you got for us?
Well, I've got a few paperworks and a few pieces of news from Waterdeep. And I'll, hand out what I have. Are we like out in the open here?
Yeah, we're like in the middle of the dining room, right?
Yeah, we're in the dining hall area.
So I'll hold it out, but I'm not going to totally hand it over yet.
Okay.
Perhaps it's things best reviewed in a more, and his head spins all the way around, private area.
Well, we were looking to have a meeting, so perhaps we get everybody over to the keep.
Ah, yes, the whole Mercenaries of Mischief, as I understand it.
Yeah.
Yes, and
What
the senior
Gilbetta says,
as well.
What's left of us? Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I'm not wild about the name, but we can talk about that as well.
I will strike you where you stand.
All right, put a pin in that one. We'll come back to it.
So, Cookie kind of wrangles everybody together. He goes out to Redann and sees Redann looking over Calazar, and he leans into Redann and he says, "He's not actually sleeping, you know."
What?
Calazar gets up and says, "You ruined it, Cookie. Now I have to talk to people."
You know I would have waited here days, right?
I, too, would have waited forever to avoid social interactions, but here we are. What can I do for you?
They would have just been locked forever in this endless
battle.
One day we will be friends, Cal. I promise you.
Are you sure we're not already friends?
A friend wouldn't pretend to be asleep.
I definitely would.
Whoa.
When
Okay.
Redann says Kalazar's name, Larch kind of, just for a second, perks over there.
Cal, I need your help.
Yes, what can I do?
I've come to understand this little guy a bit, and I hold Ginger up.
Yeah, it's like a constant battle of him climbing over you to try and like put his hands on your weapon.
I'm making progress, but not enough. I need help. I don't understand them. Can you help?
Okay. I know a few things. There are some books in the tower. I understand that we have a meeting to get to. So afterwards, definitely let's take him to the tower and we'll do an experiment to see if we can't get him to do what you want him to do.
Perfect. Thank you, Kalazar. Was that hard?
Yes,
was that
agonizing. You have no idea.
I do know, actually. But was it that hard? You would have waited here days.
Hindsight and all that. I'll meet you back at the keep. He goes inside, he just walks in and uses his alter self to like change his clothes.
As he's walking away in his brain, I say, bye, friend.
This is bye-bye. I'll go ahead and get everybody together, but Gilbetta, why don't you take him up into the keep?
Okay. And Gilbetta will lead him and be like, so, what's your name?
Larchmont St. Larch, pleasure to serve you.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm assuming you would be Miss Gilbetta Farkanat, headmistress of the academy, is that correct?
Yep.
Excellent, the research has worked.
That is technically true.
So, I understand we're preparing for something quite big here. It looks like you've got quite a bit built out. Much better condition than what I was expecting, from what I've heard.
Well, we were building for a major battle that we thought was going to take place here.
Indeed.
But then it didn't, because we took the fight to the bastard.
Oh, interesting. Interesting indeed. And I'm assuming this was successful based on the casual demeanor of everyone around here?
Well, in some ways, it was successful.
Yes, well, you know, machines like me don't have too much problem with simple math. I can put that one together. Very sorry to hear about your friend. Very sorry indeed. I understand he was kind of the one keeping track of your image around here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, I may have arrived.
Sorry, it's hard for me. He was. We'd been together since the beginning of all this. The others are more recent additions to our little troop.
Interesting.
But yeah, he was the smooth talker, to put it in simplest of terms.
Well, yes, that's what I was made to understand. Certainly a complication, but not an insurmountable one.
Yeah. I have a feeling I know what this is referencing, but I'll wait for the others.
Yeah, we can see. But however, so great to hear that the battle is not to come at all. I assume this can ensure relative safety across the Desserin Valley. Tell me more about this battle.
Long story short, an old member of the keep tried a ritual that he thought did one thing that actually did another. Bound himself to the Hungering Void. Did a lot of bad shit. We came along, figured everything out, went to kill him, got trapped in some of us got trapped in some sort of time loop. Kashano was in a whole other place. We never really learned exactly what happened betwixt them, because when we got there, it was in the heat of battle. Kashano used his soul-severing sword to kill Blackwind, cut the connection with the Black Void, and then everything kind of fell apart. And then Kashano died in my arms.
As you're telling this story, his eye gets wider and wider. Wow, what a story! This is fantastic. Has anyone written the song yet? I'll take that as a no.
No.
And he kind of like his hands sort of transform and he clicks them together. And it becomes a, what's the instrument called? It's kind of like an oboe, a shawm. And he's just trying out with some tunes now. No. No.
I don't. You guys are saying Richard did. I don't know if Gilbetta knows that. I don't think Gilbetta has heard that though.
And while he's doing this, he's kind of checking through to see if he knows anything about the Hungering Void.
He does not know anything specifically.
Never heard that term before.
Not in reference to like an entity. Generally, it's referred to as the darkness within an individual.
All right, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the tune's there. I'll sort out the lyrics later. Don't you have another bard around here? Say, little gnomish fellow.
Spoonie, yes. And we also have Lilith. She is part of our main group. Lilith Singer.
Oh,
No.
yes. Lilith Singer.
Oh, you've heard of her, I see.
In association. I was debriefed quite a bit by Lady Silverhand.
Lilith is sort of the face of the organization at this point.
Yes.
And the liver.
I get it. A biological joke. Good one.
Damn.
Thank you. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah, she's sort of the face. She's sort of the face of the organization at this point.
Fantastic. I can't wait to meet all of these lovely sounding people.
And then there's Redann. He's the big one.
Yes, I can see that. He certainly does a good job at doing that.
Oh, you met him?
I think he's walking with us, isn't he?
Yeah, I mentioned he's following
did he?
you guys. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually said that out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So while you guys make your way to the keep, Cookie goes and wrangles everybody up. He grabs Lilith and Spoonie and MT1, and he gets Melissa and William to watch the tavern for him while he goes with you guys to the keep, and you guys get into the secure meeting room in the main hall. And everybody
All right.
gets seated.
As everyone arrives, new friends, greetings. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Larchmont St. Larch, or at least for now, I'm trying it out. But I've been sent by a mutual acquaintance of ours, Lady Silverhand of Waterdeep. I understand that the original purpose of my envoy here has been concluded, which is great news. I think there's excellent publicity opportunities for you here, but we can talk about that position later. In the meantime, I've got some paperwork that was meant to be delivered to the Dearly Fallen, and a bit of news from Waterdeep. Now, slap down the headlines.
The headlines say, Zello's bot boom goes bust. And it details a story on how Lord Zello's bot rollout was hampered with issues, and people are not seeming to be on board with the rollout. So the sales numbers are quite low.
So it's relating to the reveal party where the Warlocks were at?
The reveal party and the other efforts that you guys put forward to hamper it.
Right on.
Gilbetta kind of just grabs it and kind of pulls it close and says, "You bastard, you did it," and just slides it back.
Oh, well, I appreciate the commending, but this has nothing to do with me.
Nope, she wasn't saying it to you. She was saying it like to herself.
I know that. But all right. So, who would be the one to handle? What is this paperwork? I don't know. We didn't know.
The paperwork is
Yeah.
the necessary forms and information to assign a masked lord.
So, this was going to wait until after the deeds were done, but it seems the deeds have already been did, so here we are. Somebody needs to step up to this responsibility.
I take 2 steps forward.
Redann?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your go-getter attitude, champ, but I don't think you're the one.
Why?
Well, I overheard that conversation with your friend over here. I question your social skills. It's nothing personal, and if anything, it's a blessing.
I hold up Ginger, and then I hold up my troll head, and I look at them both, and I shake my head, and I walk away.
Thank you for proving the point.
Odd fellow, that one.
Get used to him.
He's okay. He's just
His intentions are, well,
sometimes. Most of
Thank
the time.
Well, let's start by perhaps some thoughts of yours. Surely you knew this was something that was coming.
can I
Yeah.
have proof that you work with Lady Silverhand?
I imagine. Do I have her seal stamped on me? Do I have any proof that it worked?
Oh yeah, you have a sealed note from her.
Oh, of course, credentials. And he'll just like kind of reach under part of his chest cavity and pull it out.
I reach and look at it. And just
It's-
kind of pass it around like, this legit, yes.
Yeah, it's official. Also, MT1 is staring at you, Larch.
Yeah, I was wondering if MT1 was going to be around.
Yeah.
Well, hello there, brother. I seem to have gathered your attention.
Or like me, but also unlike me.
That is generally true statement of most things that can walk on 2 feet and talk.
And he's just silent. You feel like he's analyzing you.
There's
Oh,
like
surely.
there's like a program running right now.
Yeah.
It's like,
He can certainly try.
All right, if no one else will say it, I will make a suggestion.
Hold on. Before I personally, before any of us say anything, I would like to get Cookie's take.
Okay. Cookie's take on what?
The Masked Lord thing. Like,
Okay.
if he has a suggestion.
I don't wait and I say Marcus.
Do I have any familiar with the name Marcus Phoenix?
You do know of Marcus Phoenix as an agent of this organization.
Man
How
like
good-
Marcus Phoenix has a little bit of a reputation.
I don't know that he'd do it, to be honest with you.
Where is he?
He's dealing with things at the moment.
What are they, Cookie? Or is that for another matter that we have to speak privately in? Once this guy is gone.
Nothing particular, it's just his work. He's taken on some side jobs to keep himself busy. It's how he deals with things.
Fair enough. Cookie, do you have a suggestion on who should take over this position? Quite. Go ahead.
That's a difficult decision to make.
Yeah. Quite frankly, the only one of us left that has any reliable connection to Waterdeep is Kit 3. But
Are the warlocks silently assembled with us here, or are they off?
No, they're still out.
Okay.
They're doing further investigations on the facility that the Mercs went to on the previous episode.
But I don't know if Kit 3 is going to want to do it.
And we need Tommy to defend the keep.
The paperwork says you have 2 months to figure it out.
Yeah. I think we need to take every moment of that.
If I may interject, how familiar are you all with the sort of politics of Waterdeep and what might be required in this position?
I couldn't give a fuck about politics.
All right. Well, they don't give a fuck about you either, so that works out well. But doesn't change the fact that the balance of power is very tenuous and in flux at the moment. So there's some considerations that need to be made before you make this decision. You'd be somebody who can lie low, be quiet, and preferably never reveal their identity to anyone or have anyone else reveal their identity to anyone. The masks are there for a reason, of course.
Exactly.
Other than that, I mean, essentially, you want someone who's going to represent your interests as purely as possible without having to have too much consultation. You never know what's going to come up in the heat of a meeting.
I'm looking at Spoonie, considering.
A bard is never a bad choice, especially a silver one's tongue such as Spoonie himself.
Spoonie kind of
Oh, you saw what I was doing.
Spoonie leans back in his chair a little bit and says,
I was trying to be discreet.
Oh, sorry, I can check.
You're good.
what if it was all of us?
You mean like I mean, ideally, if it was all of us, the whole point is for your identity to never be revealed, so.
It would keep it going.
So everyone's the mask lord, huh?
But the thing
Well,
is,
we just take turns going to the meetings.
yeah.
Rotations.
Yeah.
An interesting suggestion, but who would you present for approval?
Exactly. Yeah, there's that. And
if you don't have an answer for that, I might.
we need someone that can be level-headed at the meetings as well.
Something to consider. News of your friend's demise in this battle hadn't made it to me or to Lady Silverhand. Doubtful it's made it much else. Perhaps he could still be the one. Surely, at least some of you can disguise yourselves to look like whoever you please.
I'm thinking of Redann's in disguise hat thing.
He'd certainly be impossible to find, wouldn't
it's
he?
possible.
Just a thought.
Huh. That's interesting.
Something to consider.
Well, we got a lot of time to think it over.
Yeah. All I know is this. For it to be any single one of us, Redann's too impulsive. I'm too emotional. Lilith, I don't.
I can try.
You drink a lot. I don't know. Maybe be sober.
When was the last time you seen me drunk? With our job, I hardly have the time for that luxury.
It's mostly social drinking now.
Pretty much. It's just like that one glass which would do nothing for you kind of thing.
I mean, there's more than one way to approach the position. There's some who speak quite a bit in session, others who simply observe and vote. Wouldn't be necessary for you to open your mouths at some sessions. At other ones, you could engage quite eloquently, depending on who was stepping in.
And they would need to think it's always the same person.
It would be more beneficial that way.
Will we know at all ahead of time what kind of meetings we'll be attending? That way we know who to send in.
Ha! No.
Fantastic.
It's kind of not how it works.
You sure, or are you just refusing?
Refusing what? I'm simply here to deliver a message. These aren't my decisions to make. I advise as best I can. This is sort of what I was built for, but please, make your own decisions.
Huh. So I need to speak to Lady Silverhand then.
I mean, would I know?
I mean, I'm sure
that Gilbetta and Kashano talked about it a bit. Based on what Kashano would have known and what we would have talked about, would I know if that's kind of how the meetings work, is that they're just called at any time, pretty much?
Kashana would not have known shit.
Okay.
Everything you would have said would have been a guess.
Yeah.
This meeting is, this Mass Lord thing is completely new, I guess. Unless someone talked to Kashana about that.
They're masked for a reason.
Yep.
Secret society.
We got time to figure this out. I say we take all the time that we need and make it a careful decision.
I think we take as much of this time that we have as we need, because this is not a decision to be made lightly.
Naturally. Well, you have plenty of time. In the meantime, you do need to consider your reputation in Waterdeep and the Valley Beyond.
Yes, I think it's time that we also have a little talk about what we do with the Waterdeep office.
Yes. Having a strong foothold in there would be quite useful as Zelos continues his various machinations about town.
Well, we need to definitely speak to some of the members that are here at the keep, because we travel around. We're not exactly a steady group to get in contact with.
Neither are the warlocks, unfortunately.
We need to open up the school and start training some people.
That's too. You've been calling yourself an academy for quite some time, but as I understand it, all you are is mostly an army.
Well, that's because an army was what was necessary at the time.
Surely, understandable. But perhaps it's time to reclassify some of your troops in training as students, just so you can boast an enrollment number of some sort.
We have many that are unassigned.
We just need to get more teachers to do the training, so...
The best way to get more teachers is with a stellar reputation, so... What are your plans for Waterdeep?
We need to find a team that stays there and keeps information for us. It's kind of the reason I was thinking of Marcus. His information gathering skills are superior. If he can't go, then perhaps he can train someone. He can be a mentor of some sort.
A man like Marcus Phoenix in the shadows is always good to have on your side.
And Gilbetta goes, and she kind of like stops and she says, "Damn it," she says. "Savelle would be perfect if he were here." She kind of says it to herself. She's like, "Fuck." And then she's off, like in another world.
She's daydreaming.
Well, besides that, Lilith, I understand you had a couple things you wanted to talk about.
Lilith is gonna pull out a piece of paper that she got, because I can't remember shit.
She's like, I've prepared words.
Yeah.
Well, this is not exactly how I wanted to start at the meeting, and I'm looking at Spoonie. I'm like, and I asked you to start it, and here's the one Cookie's doing it all.
I mean, Cookie's the one that does things and stuff.
Right. My faith in Smoothie. I'm learning. Yes, Smoothie just entertains. I'm getting. Yeah, I'm trying.
And Gilbetta kind of comes back and she's like, oh yeah. She's like, are we ready to kill old dad?
Gonna get to that. And starts reading, and I hope I spell check everything right.
Do I know anything about Lilith?
You know that she is she's a member of the group, and she is a singer, and she's the face of the organization currently.
Right. You're new and not even really part of the academy.
Well, I was sent by an ally to help in any way that I can.
I'm torn. Whatever, I'll just continue. There's that whole player character conflict going on in my head. All right.
If you'd like, I'd be happy to leave the room.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just sizes him up for a little bit.
Okay. They have like a staring contest.
Yeah.
It's like
Or as much of a smile as I can do with this face.
Yeah.
All right. Whew. Nervous doing this. Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, I should have recorded.
You got this.
Okay. Whew. Okay. First, I would like to start the meeting welcoming Cookie's return. Welcome home, Cookie. All right, no giggles. Come on, be serious. All right. Sorry, it's my nervousness kicking in. Now for the main purpose of this meeting. We have a council to govern the people at the keep, but we should have regular meetings that will accommodate the ever-changing circumstances that we have here for both the old and the new residents that come. We also need to decide what is the keep's morale and how we would like the world to know us as. We need to recognize those who took a leadership role and properly give them the promotions they deserve. We need to stay up to date and discuss news that's happening outside the keep. We especially need to go over the list of tasks we have to sort out and pick which to prioritize. Anything else I leave out, please bring up your issues and concerns to help manage the keep. One thing I do want to point out is a hospital. I noticed during the 5 days we had to ourselves, we don't have a hospital building or a clinic in charge of that. And if we're going to build an adventuring guild, a school, which could lead to, people being hurt, we should have that up and ready. And I'm curious to know, is Tyrus still around by any chance?
And the senior members are quiet.
Okay.
What was that name she said?
Tyru. Okay.
Do I know anything about that?
You do know that Tyru was a prominent cleric at the original keep.
Okay.
Her whereabouts are unknown.
Oh, I read the room wrong. But I didn't do an insight check, so too late. For now, she's clearly dead or something like that in my head.
Yeah, she's...
That's
you didn't get a good read off of it. Yeah, there was a bad vibe.
There was a bad vibe. That was definitely a bad vibe. Okay, what's next? This one's kind of an obvious, but yeah. Concerns while Blackwind endangered our home. Both teams were out and couldn't give the attention the keep deserved when assigning duties. And of course, we will continue to be out majority of the time. Who do we elect to make the main decisions while we are away? I'm assuming that's going to be Cookie. Agreed? Now that he's back?
Anybody?
I'm just looking for yes or no.
Gilbetta?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Gilbetta's giving you nothing.
She's giving you nothing?
I'm assuming my input is not being requested here, so I don't know.
I'm not in the room, so
That's true. Redann left.
Redann walked out.
Senior members of the council? All of you?
I gotta look after the crab shack and things, but maybe we could get somebody else to do it.
Okay. Noted. I already talked about getting other teachers to come here, and also construction leaders as well to help keep continuing the keep, since I feel the residents here can't continue living in tents. Need to get the resources to build them proper homes. Morale, are we just hired mercenaries, or are we holding ourselves to higher standards? When people come, they pay us, do we just do the job? I'm assuming the obvious is that we don't, and we pick and choose. And make sure we don't work for anybody that...
Larch has done this at this question.
Basically, not working for people like Zelos in the future is what I'm saying.
Here's the problem with that. We worked with Zelos. We didn't know what Zelos was.
Correct.
Sometimes you just don't know.
But did we do the proper research on him?
We didn't really have anything to go on. We were just starting out. And it was actually Owen Stone that gave us the job originally. It wasn't Zelos himself.
Has there been any news in Waterdeep about Zealous buying properties and signing them?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. If there had been any news of him doing the thing that Kashana was like, hey, he's gonna...
Did that ever become a thing?
Oh yeah, no,
he fart in the wind.
He made good on it.
So he bought...
Okay, great. So yeah, they're like, yeah, it's funny you should be mentioning this, Zelos. Has anyone taken receipt of those deeds? Oh,
Gilbetta looks around the room.
You've all been a bit occupied, I can see. Yes, no, apparently there was some sort of deal struck between you and the Lord Zelos. He's
well,
quite a
deal
few.
is a strong word.
It's a nebulous word depending on the languages you speak.
Kashano kind of made
Did
a
you know
public announcement forcing Zelos' hand.
Man, really wish that guy was around right now. That's fine. We'll make do with what we got. Yes. Well, it appears that this has come to fruition. So you may have to figure out the management of a few facilities.
Do you have any information on what he bought?
Do I? What do I have?
You know a bits and pieces, but you don't know exactly what it is. You don't have like a list of holdings. It's not being run through you.
No details, but a handful, substantial property holdings from what I understand. Seems like the sort of thing you should check in on.
Yeah, well, that happened. That announcement that Kashano made was literally seconds before we rode into battle.
We have two people at Waterdeep who may have information.
Yes, as I understand it, your branch there is occupied and being currently rebuilt.
Yes.
So are a lot of things getting rebuilt.
We can check in on it anytime if anyone would wish. We've got the teleportation circle.
We can make time for that today. Possibly. Okay. Anything else that you want to input, Larch, before I move forward?
Oh, no, please don't let me interrupt.
There's a lot. I mean, yes, his bot business has failed as we hoped it would, but we still have to figure out
the business part failed. The bots aren't quite all out of commission.
Well, I have no doubt.
As I understand it, the army exists. It's just not being employed by the city.
Yeah.
Where are they? In Waterdeep still?
Yeah, they'd be in various Zellos properties in Waterdeep.
Mostly being employed as a private security source at this point.
Yep. Stamped with our logo.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit strange.
Damn it. Anytime he could just do whatever he wants and our name's on it.
I mean, that's what he did anyway, when he stamped that logo on there.
I imagine that's why your friend proposed such a deal so publicly. If you're going to be tied with him anyways, you might as well get some benefit.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. Clever bastard.
All right, so definitely to consider a lot of things concerning Waterdeep then.
Yeah.
Last
Is Wormspit here?
I was just gonna get talked about that.
Yeah, Wormspit is here.
Oh, awesome. What about Ogbog? Probably not.
Ogbog is not here.
Doesn't seem the type. I thought so. Does anyone else have anything to say before we move forward? I'm almost done. So sorry.
Are you trying to do a list and then go back and talk about all the things on the list? What do you...
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. This one's not, yeah, I'll just continue, you guys decide. Notice that there were 2 individuals that took the initiative to aid the keep, and I want to give them official titles and promotions if they wish to accept. And,
But which 2 individuals?
one is Ogbog, Secretary of Defense, since he helped exercise and train the military of our keep. And another is Wormspit, I was thinking Chief Executive Officer, organizer.
I mean, I feel like he kind of already is. They kind of already are that, just without the...
Titles. We make it official now and give them the recognition they deserve. And I look at Wormspit. Can you go fetch Ogbog, please, so he can receive the news if everyone's is okay with this?
I can inform him. He's in the garden.
Is everyone okay with this?
How about me, the only other one that's here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the senior council is really quiet. All right.
They're trying to leave things more to you guys, so they're saying less and just kind of letting you guys decide.
Oh, okay. New working. Okay, cool. The other thing on the list was the Waterdeep. I'll skip that. Kind of went over this. The shit ton of side quests we need to go over and decide which we take and which group we put together to go on, like Team Growl. Which, I kind of glossed over earlier, so... Saying before, open academy, build our team, send them out, and hopefully they roll high and come back home. Something like that. And, oh my god, I actually almost forgot this one. This one's important, at least just for a little bit. And Spoonie, please remind me to send a letter of thanks to the Queen of Motofufu. Didn't do that.
I'll be sure to remind you to do it.
Okay. And, yeah, so that was my list of concerns about the directions for the keep and stuff. Okay. I feel like my brain just swiped everything out of my head from what I just said.
Spoonie's seeing how much effort and how nervous you were. He kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. He's like, you did fine. You did fine. It's good.
Yeah, real life public speaking. I was never really good at it. So behind the camera, it's a little easier.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of a couple things to work out around here.
Yeah. Wormspit, how many unassigned goblins do we have?
I believe we have quite a few.
I believe so too.
What were your plans?
I'm just trying to look because I'm looking at the personnel allocation ledger, but I don't know if we have that up to date or not.
What were you looking to assign people for?
I just want to make sure that we have people, basically people everywhere. Like we have people assigned to the blacksmith. We have people assigned to, the stables and the mage tower, and then we have enough guards.
Even labor.
Most everything is most of what you guys have is tied up in guards currently, and other than that, you just had people in guards and workers. So you could expand things to alchemists, you could expand to the blacksmiths. But you guys can send me this in between sessions, and we'll work it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to send out a job listing out there and be like, we're hiring now. Please come to the keep. Positions are open
Yeah.
for this and so and so.
Please inquire inside.
Please inquire within. Goblins welcome.
Bring your resume and references, please.
All right. So
All resumes in common, please. Thank you for your cooperation.
So yeah, I guess we can do that off. But yeah, organizing shit for the keep and
all right.
getting it open and running.
Yeah.
So there's definitely everybody has some things that they can be doing to kind of get this running. And you guys have some time to turn it around. Right now it's the first snowfalls have hit and we're heading into winter where not a lot is going to happen in those regards. So you can kind of lay the groundwork and make the preparations for spring.
Probably prepare
Do
a tighter
we-
alliance.
Within the keep, do we have? How do I?
Are you going to speak out loud about tighter alliance?
Classroom space.
There are classrooms within the keep that you can use.
Okay. Well, but we will need if we want to expand the keep to like a full-fledged school, we will need to build additional structures. Correct?
Yeah, there was an extensive training facility that you guys could get back into operation. So Cookie's seeing
lot to
how
remember.
everything's kind of heavy on everybody, and he's like, well, "Why don't we take a break and we can work on this a little bit? Things are still
Fantastic.
pretty rough right now."
Cookie, good sir, may I have a word with you to the side?
Of course. What can I do for you?
And I'm gonna
Goes to the side.
hopefully, yeah, if we can, especially if we can, like, perhaps we can find a room just to have a word.
All right, he goes off into a side place with you.
Okay, I'm gonna follow him in there. I'm gonna try to cast Zone of Truth
Okay.
on Cookie.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. Is there a DC? I don't know. I've never used this before. Truth was not a Kashana thing. Charisma saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Of 16.
Charisma saving throw of 16.
For a giant.
He
Wait,
beats.
what is he?
He beats it on his roll of 18.
Nice, Cookie.
Okay. Is he gonna resist the Zone of Truth though?
Depends on what you ask.
Alright.
We're on a maybe.
Cookie, you're one of the founding members, if not the sort of central hub of this place, yeah?
Well, I'm credited with a lot of titles, but really I'm just a humble cook.
Well, nevertheless, you've been around the Deseret Valley for quite a while. I'm sure you're familiar with the work of Lady Laurel Silverhand.
I got a few miles on the board, sure.
What is your opinion of the Open Lord of Waterdeep?
Well, I don't think I've ever met her in person, to be honest. so it's difficult for me to say. Never judge a folk on a reputation.
Fair enough, fair enough. Although a lot of times reputation's all you have in this world. Do you think that, between you and I, she's someone that you would ally with? Forgive me for confiding in you so soon after meeting, but I'm not very long to life and still trying to figure a few things out. So I would like to just know where I should stand. And I'm using undeniable logic here.
Okay.
The Eloquence Bard feature. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration, choosing a creature you can see within 60 feet. They can hear you. Choose one of the following. The creature takes 1d8 psychic damage, and the creature has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes before the end of your turn, unless it makes an int saving throw.
So you're attacking him?
Well, I mostly don't want to do psychic damage. I mostly want to give him disadvantage on his next saving throw.
Okay.
So I guess I'm kind of attacking him.
My interest has been piqued thoroughly.
But I'm
That's
using
when I was starting to like this character.
I'm like wondering, is Larch even going to survive after this session? This is Cookie. We just got him back. Oh my gosh, you're risking.
All right. I guess throw it up there, dude.
All right.
Sean's face.
Yeah, I guess it's just a roll of 1d8 because I don't think there's any. Wait, let me double make sure. Is there any save on this? Oh, and it has to make a DC 16 int save.
Okay. He does make that save with a 15 and a bonus of 2.
Yeah, really just trying to. Okay. If you can help me out, what do you think? Do I run for it, Cookie? Or do I go back to her?
I think it's best for you to listen to your gut and carve your own path.
Well, I could carve into my gut, but there's not much there but wood. Knocking on my
I get it. Let me tell you a little piece of advice, son. Nobody tells you who you're gonna be in life. You gotta tell yourself.
To a point, but when you design for specific needs, and he like clicks his hand together, you kind of just do what you're born to do, I'd say. At any rate.
Well, agree to disagree then.
At any rate, without these folks, sensitive ears in the room, who do you think is going to make the best Masked Lord?
I honestly don't know.
Well, thank you, Cookie. You're an incredibly helpful individual. Pleasure to meet you.
I get that a lot.
Go back to the table, I guess. People say, like, oh, the new UA classes are OP.
Look, it's all the rolls, dude. It's all the rolls. All right.
Didn't think I was going to get much past Cookie anyways.
The meeting adjourned.
No.
Oh, you got something else to say? Go for it.
I do, but Larch cannot be in the room for this one now.
Okay, you want to dismiss Larch?
I will be dismissing Larch. I'm so sorry, Larch.
Oh, okay. No problem at all. No problem at all.
I'll try to make this quick.
Which way out? I'll go whichever direction I'm led out, and then when I get out, I know this probably isn't going to work, but Larch is going to try to cast Clairvoyance into that room. So that he
Okay.
can see what's going on.
It's so funny that you said that. Because I was about to cast something else.
What are you gonna cast?
Tiny hut.
Great. No, it's great.
Are you gonna invite Redann back into the tiny hut?
Ah, shit, I forgot.
When I go
here's
out and
the
I see
thing.
Someone fetch Redann!
No, so here's the thing. I walked out, but you know how that like when your kid walks out of the room, but like
Yeah.
pokes his head around
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's
Are you
still
around
there.
the building?
Yeah, like you can see my head poking around the door frame.
Yeah, it's like Redann. Come, just
He's
Redann.
like, they're so sad.
Because they do it just to get a reaction,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so they wait to see if they got a reaction.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
just don't give him that reaction.
He's just gonna do it again. If you
Redann, would you like to join the meeting? The rest of it, at least? Okay. Come on.
Thank you.
Then casting tiny hut, so we have privacy.
Okay.
Because I needed this also, not from Larch, actually. This was for another reason. I need to make sure Piz Talk doesn't hear.
Well, none of us know who that
I
is.
forgot we were in the
I know,
stupid
and I'm
silo
about to
each
bring
time.
that up. Oh, God, I can't wait till the reactions for you guys. Woo! It's gonna be fun.
You got your fighting britches on.
Yeah. All right, so Piztog. How do I start with that? Right. So, Gilbetta, earlier you were talking about how I was going to deal with the bastard.
Your old dad?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that one. I thought when things calm down and we go and help Kushano out with whatever the situation is with the ring, if it's a soul stone or not. Let's see. So I discovered some things about the contract. And I thought by killing my dad, fucking asshole, the contract would end. Just done. Nothing there. It's just everything's done. But I've been informed that there's maybe a possible death clause. So I'm trying to think of other possibilities, options again. I have one desperate option. If the other, gosh, too many. Anyways, I need to get more information about what's going on with the contract. If the person who gave me those details can fetch them for me. And you kind of met him last night. You remember the,
It was Becky. No.
Becky? Yeah, like you remember Becky with
You beat me to it.
Yeah. Becky with the, tall man. Were you there? Actually, did she leave?
Gilbetta fucked right off.
Yeah, I think you left before Becky came back with the imp. Okay, never mind. So I'll tell you that.
So Gilbetta didn't meet him.
No, you did not. Anyway, so I'll just skip that and be like, right, so Cherry introduced me to an imp named Piztog, who has information from the Nine Hells.
You're working with a literal demon.
How is that
Ooh.
any different than dealing with a god?
We
Different side of
have-
the coin.
A demon living with us here. Half
The
demon, but
Evil side of the coin.
he seems neutral. Just gotta out clever him. In the meantime, he'll be here. So, and I'm looking at everyone. I would like everyone to keep an eye on him. But also, if you cannot welcome him, don't harm him.
How long have you been working with him?
I've only met him twice. It was for a brief moment on Cherry's ship to send him out to go get information about the contract.
And when was that?
Ooh. It was when Redann was in the cellar. Everyone was in high emotions.
You know what, Lilith? I really don't fucking care what you do. Clearly, no matter what we do, how much we try to help you, you're just going to continue to keep secrets until it suits your needs to expose them. So I don't care anymore. You figure it out. If you want to help us, if you want us to help you go kill your father, we'll do it. But I'm sick of the fucking secrets and the lies. We've told you time and time again that we want to help you. And then we find out again that you've been keeping things again.
Because I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to put everyone in a panic or put anyone in stress. Because Shauna was already overstressed as it was, and I didn't want to push it any further.
Yeah. Well, he's gone now. So you don't fucking have to worry about that anymore.
I'm trying, Gilbetta, and I'm telling you what things are happening now that I have concrete news. Everything was just possibilities, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I do know. And I'm sharing it with you.
Everything always comes too little too late with you. And Gilbetta is walking out. And as she walks out, she says, if any of you actually come up with something that you want to go fucking accomplish, come get me. And she leaves.
Did she say that inside or outside the bubble?
And as she was leaving, so I guess it would depend on how big the space is. Because she would go to the doorway basically and kind of turn and say it and then leave.
All right, I'm just trying to figure out if were you obviously in front of Larch when you said this or not.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Ah, yes, go-getter attitude. I like it. So, what is the plan? Headmistress, I believe, is the title?
Yeah. Technically, that is currently my title.
So, what is your plan moving forward? Adventures? Are you establishing the curriculum?
I think the first thing we need to establish is that we can fucking be honest with each other. But that seems to be a huge problem for some of us. So,
That's a
I
shame.
don't know.
It's quite a shame to see an adventuring team that can't quite get on the same step. Really causes problems.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, there's always got to be some sort of de facto leadership, am I right? Which I suppose would be you, as the most senior member of the team and headmistress of the academy, wouldn't it?
Yes, but Miss Lilith is the face.
Well, of course, but the face doesn't run the body, my friend. The brain does.
Yeah, well, the brain's dead.
Well,
And I don't think that I know that I don't have the vision, I don't have the wherewithal to do the amount of planning and foresight that he put into everything we did.
So what part of this anatomical analogy would you say that you are?
Used to? I would have said the heart, because no matter how much I fight and argue with each and every one of them, I would lay down on a blade for any one of them. But I don't have it in me anymore to argue and to keep finding out secrets. So, if they want to get things done, they know where to find me. In the meantime, I'll spend hours making plans that he could have made in 5 minutes, and they won't even be as good as what his would have been.
Well, you know, if you're struggling with secrets being kept, there are ways to deal with that. Every great leader has had to overcome this obstacle at some point or another. I'm sure you've heard of how they do things in the Underdark.
What?
Though,
Sorry.
I think a few of your colleagues here might not be so big on the spider infestation method.
Spiders.
Needless to say, there are things to find out what you need to know. You've simply got to make the commitment to knowing them, whatever the cost. If it's important to the future of your institution.
Well, I put a lot of faith in thinking that I was getting the whole truth from everyone on the team. And time again, I'm proven wrong. By numerous. It's not just one. It's so many.
Well, that's the problem with truth. It's a fickle thing, slippery, changes by the moment. It's more based on the information available at the time than in any sort of absolute objective manner of being. Is it really a lie if the person saying it believes it?
That's not the problem. The person saying it, believing it, isn't the problem. But
well, if you feel this dangerous...
we could work together on so many things. We could have found out so many things and had so many problems already solved if we could have just talked about it. But information was kept. I mean, there's inviting old gods in and not saying anything, and histories, and just, I don't know.
Well, not to derail your moment there, but if we could back up just a second, what sort of old gods are we dealing with?
Just some old fuckwads.
This wouldn't happen to have anything to do with that strange black orb that appeared in the sky a few days ago, would it?
That's a different thing.
Oh, but you had a part in that.
Well, we were inside of it, technically.
Wowee! What a story. All right, this one's got to get out. You've got to speak to some people about this. Do you completely understand what it was? Because nobody else has a fucking clue.
Not really. No. I know. Nope. I have a general idea, but I don't really have a concrete version of events. Everything kind of moved really quickly.
Quickly, slowly. Time's strange.
That it is.
So,
I was going to say, Gilbetta is going to go to the Mage Tower.
okay.
That's where the library is, right? Or is the library in the main keep?
It's in the Mage Tower.
Okay. Gilbetta's going to go into the Mage Tower, into the library, and she's going to start trying to compile any information that she can find on actually running a school and teaching and stuff like that.
If nobody stops me, I'm going to follow her into the Mage Tower and into the library.
Gilbetta really doesn't care at this point.
So
I'm still in the hut talking to Lilith, so
I'm going into the Mage Tower and I'm looking for any old diaries or any archives specific to the keep.
okay. So while you guys step out,
Of the hut?
well, actually, everyone else.
Okay, I was gonna have one last thing, but okay.
Oh no, you can. We can continue this conversation. We're just gonna get ready for a break here.
Oh. Okay.
But Gilbetta, when you step out, there's a biting wind, and there's blowing snow. Then it is becoming very dark and blizzardy. The weather has turned quite savage.
What was it like before, like when we were walking to the keep?
It was chilly, but there was a
Okay.
bit of a gentle snow.
Okay. So we've went from 0 to 100 real fucking fast.
Yeah, it's turned while you were in the meeting. The weather has become more aggressive.
welcome to Canada.
And as you trudge through that biting snow to head to the library, this air of uncertainty hangs over everything. We're going to take our little break, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
I guess we gotta vote for Larch's life here.
Vote for
let's
Larch's
vote for
life.
Larch. Does Larch die, or does Larch continue on to the final round?
I like Larch more than I've liked any of the rest of them. Which so I did
Just
not
'cause
think I
he
would.
rides you
In the
Kashana.
beginning, in the beginning, I did not. No, not Kashana.
I don't understand you at all.
Why? Because I like Larch.
All right, I'm gonna throw this up. You'll have 3 minutes to vote while we go to break, and yeah, let us know. Should Larch move on or die right today?
Die right today
We'll be back.
in a blizzard.
In this library,
Freaking reading these books in the library.
we're back.
Hello, and welcome back. And the votes bode poorly for Larch, which I'm a little broke up about.
Yeah, you guys killed the one I liked the most.
But a DM's got a DM. So
We agreed to do this.
yeah, we agreed to this. Terms of service. When last we left our heroes, emotions are running high. People are trying to figure out how to go on after the death of Kashano, and how to operate this place that was once a beacon to young adventurers seeking to make their way in the world.
What is that?
There it is.
I don't know.
Sorry. my bad. That was supposed to be the whistling wind that's supposed to be there before the.
Oh, the snowstorm?
Yeah.
It is, the snowstorm is getting more aggressive, colder. It's biting wind, and Gilbetta has trudged out into the snow and gone to the library inside the Mage Tower.
Thank goodness I decided to go to the Mage Tower, because it would have been a long walk for the snow to the crab shack.
Followed, of course, by Larchmont St. Larch, who is checking out the literature.
Oh yes. And Gilbetta, you go and start reading. And before we check back in with Gilbetta and Larchmont St. Larch, Redann and Lilith are still in the tiny hut in the keep.
Well, that went well.
It went better than it could have expected. Keep in mind, she just lost her best friend, and the only other person who is really invested in the keep of the new people. So it's normal if she's feeling upset, hurt, and takes that out on us. Are you okay?
Did you say that he was the only one really invested in the keep?
Of the new people, he was the only one who was really invested in making a home here.
I guess I wasn't that much into it in the beginning.
I'm not saying that you're not now, but she just lost someone really important to her.
Right.
I'm with you, whatever you want or need to do. And I'm sure she will be too, but she's right about being honest. And I understand why you did what you did.
This is new for me. So, getting yelled at or getting mad at, I'm used to. So I'll keep trying.
That would be good. It's all any of us can do. Just keep trying. Is there anything else you need to talk about?
Just wanted to quote from that foolish man.
Which one?
That's a joke I can actually get on. Basically, the conversation I had with Kashano, I didn't exactly trust him and questioned him. We had a conversation about what we really wanted. I wanted freedom. He wanted peace. But the one question that sticks to me a lot is also the one time I was at the Mage Tower. I was hoping Gilbetta was going to stick out for this one, but never mind on that part. But I was just going to say that moving forward with the keep, for Kashana's dream was, he said, we should establish a strong standing institution. And I just wanted to reaffirm that.
I owe a lot of my personal growth in the last few months to Kashano, and I am equally invested in creating something he would be proud of. But that also means helping each other so that we can all contribute. What do you need to do so that you can be fully here?
My plan I wanted to share was, and I know it's risky, but I know we're still considering, but my vote is still on Marcus. So he can also keep an eye on Zelos with his skill and Owen Stone while he's there. And trying to have an imp to join us on our end, if possible. I know demons don't have exactly a good reputation. Not many like us. Fiend, demon, and such. Anyways.
You don't need to be a human or a giant or a goblin or elf to be a good person or a bad person. It's how you're raised how you approach a situation, who you are and want to be. So
How you're raised, huh?
that can contribute, but that can also be a good thing. My people, we don't exist in traditional families. It's a long story, but we don't have one specific person raising us. But the people that do, they can be good, they can be bad. And if I want to be a good person at my heart, when someone's a bad person to me, that can be a good example to be even better. Does that make sense?
A little.
So you were raised by an asshole. That sucks. I get that.
Do you?
I do. But that doesn't mean you're an asshole. It means you have a specific... Sure? Yes. It means you have a specific window into assholes. You can choose to be better.
Phrasing, Redann. Phrasing.
I'm sorry. This is really emotional and stuff, but I have to... Please, I'm going to mute myself.
But I think I understand. In a weird Redann way.
Does that mean you're crazy too? Sorry,
Probably.
That was a bad joke.
I don't even know if that really is a joke. Possible. There's a lot of crazy people out there, really.
Mm-hmm. There are. Just remember, you can be who you want to be. It's not easy. Sometimes your past will come back and it will challenge you, but it's up to you. And we choose the people we want to be around and the people we want to be. I want to be around you. So will you help me be a good person?
I'll do my best.
That's all I can ask for.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Redann, not only I need to work things with Gilbetta, but I think you need to have a moment to talk to her as well. No letters. No letters. Talk to her. Let's both do our best.
I will, but I feel like she needs some time first. It's going to be a long, cold winter. So...
I feel like time is what made the problem in the first place.
Perhaps you're right.
All right. So, continuing where I left off was that my initial plan was to leave Marcus in Waterdeep and have Pizdog take his place, since he seemed to be good at information gathering as well. That was just a thought. If you have any other ideas to pitch in, please, to share. This is why I wanted this council meeting in the first place, to share ideas.
I think Calazar would be good for this. I don't think he wants it. But if we want someone who's quiet, who can stay in the shadows, who's good at avoiding people looking at him. Calazar's smart. He's goal-driven, he's committed. I can't think of someone better.
I looked at Calazar and I'm like, by no offense, Calazar, how much control do you have with your wild magic? Because I don't know how good that's going to stand with the Masked Lords if they go off.
Why would he need to use magic when he's meeting with the...
Yeah, Sean, you need your volume
they've
back.
given you guys this time to yourselves, actually.
Oh, what?
Because you put up the hut and they've let you do it.
Why would Calazar need to use magic when he's
It's
with them?
wild magic. I mean, that's basically uncontrolled magic, is it not? Just saying it's a little risky. But I get it. I do get it, and it makes sense. All right. We'll keep working around this idea then with Waterdeep. Are you okay with this whole his dog business?
Do you trust him?
I don't trust anyone the first time I meet them.
It's a lot of responsibility to put on someone that we don't know or trust.
Doesn't that go for all of us?
It can.
I will take responsibility. If I'm wrong, I'll relinquish my title and go somewhere.
That's not what I want, and that doesn't seem to be the right approach. I fuck up, you fuck up, Gilbetta fucks up, we all fuck up. Doesn't mean we have to step aside or walk away. We should grow from it.
Okay.
Do you think he's the right choice?
Which one?
His dog.
I need to go confirm if anything he says is true, such as demons breaking out of the Nine Hells in the east. I didn't want anyone to leave this meeting just yet. There was more to discuss. And if demons are breaking out of the Nine Hells, I want to know why. He says he's going to keep an eye on it. But I do want to confirm if it's actually happening.
How far east?
I'd have to ask.
Perhaps you and I could take Windsong and investigate ourselves. I'm not one to sit idle and wait for things to happen, and the cold doesn't bother me. So I would rather be out, being proactive rather than sitting around waiting for something to happen. And it might be good for Gilbetta to have some time to herself.
That one gets to me. Maybe you're right. Give each other the space. Right. Okay. Just let me know when you're ready. I just need to go talk to Cookie about one thing.
I'm ready now. If we have time, I would like to investigate the Mage Tower with Calazar briefly, but I'm ready when you are. But we should talk to Cookie about this too and get his perspective. And even ask Windsong. We don't know if he wants to come.
Okay. Then you follow me to Cookie's.
I will go talk to Windsong and then run off.
Okay.
All right.
And Lilith will just sit a little bit, just taking everything in the tiny hut before she steps out and looks for Cookie.
Okay. Cookie didn't go very far. He kind of gave you guys some time to it, and but he's close by.
instead of doing my usual yelling out for people, I'll just keep following him until I can get close enough and just say, Cookie. Slightly meekly. Hello?
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
Hi. Where are you right now?
You're still inside the main keep area.
Okay, so we're not in any room or anything like that. Is there a lot of people around us?
No, you're all by yourselves.
Okay. Oh, wait, I need Redann in the mirror. Well, maybe I need to talk to Cherry first. Oh, well, anyways, I'm a cookie now. Gotta keep moving forward.
Right.
Cookie, how have you been since you came back? Anything odd? Everything
I've been
normal?
all right. I'm more worried about you guys.
She puts up a smile briefly. She's trying.
I wanted this place to be a home for you. For all of you.
It is, Cookie. I consider it to be a home, for sure.
I wanted the next generation to turn this place into something better than what we had it. And I feel like we just... Like we messed it up too bad for you before we handed it over.
You know, I like to look at the keep as you say, messed up. I'm quite messed up myself. So I'm trying to make things better as I try to make the keep better best I can. If that makes any sense.
Perfect.
And do you not think the keep is growing? I'm looking around, so I'm like, now she's worried. Just like, are we not doing a good job?
You're doing a fine job. It took us forever to get this place opened into a school. And you guys started way worse off than we did. I'm an old man, Lilith. I've been around for so many years. And that boy died to bring me back. That's the hardest thing I'm ever gonna have to live with. In all the years I've been around, that's the heaviest weight I've ever had to carry.
Lilith is looking a little guilty too. Personal reasons. You know what I find a little odd? We didn't even know his name. His real name.
I thought about that for a bit. But we called him the name he wanted. And that was who he was.
Kashano the Quick. Quick to talk. Quick to get into trouble. Quick to figure shit out.
None of you need to be him. Be yourselves and do things your way. Let his ghost rest.
If it is in trouble, though, we may have to go rescue Kashano once again.
If it turns out that way, we'll do everything we can.
Cookie. You did good. Everything you built here. It made a difference to everybody. Even Kashano.
He shakes his head and he puts a hand on your shoulder. Big, heavy, furry hand. And he says, like an old grandpa's hand. And he places it on your shoulder and he says, what I built crumbled years ago. What you built stands all around us. You kids. We'll help you however we can, but the best thing we can teach you is don't make our mistakes.
A fresh
Be
reminder.
a team.
Be a team, you say?
Don't take anything for granted. We thought we'd always be together, the lot of us. We thought nothing could ever take us apart. And that complacency, that's what destroyed us in the end. Because these things, they don't just sit and wait. You can't just build them up and expect them to always be there for you. They take maintenance. Each and every day. We got so busy, so wrapped up in what we'd accomplished and what we'd done. It all crumbled around us before we knew it.
Continue to guide us then. To make sure mistakes are not repeated.
I'll do me best. I gotta do something to make sure that boy didn't die for nothing.
Be with Cherry. She missed you. She missed you terribly.
She's not the kind to let on with that kind of thing. But I get the impression she's never been so cuddly.
Have you never seen her cry?
I have, but it's not my story to tell.
Well. You say that, but I want to ask you something about Cherry, since I brought her up.
Of course.
Do you know of the things she fears?
I don't know what they are.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I swear to help her.
I did as well.
And let's figure this out together, along with all the other shit that's piled up.
You let me worry about it for now. I've been working on it for many years. But if I come up with anything, I'll pull you into the loop.
I have an idea, Cookie.
What's that then?
The mirror of the past. Maybe you could show something at that time when it happened.
Lilith, don't go looking at that. Nobody needs to see it. I'm telling you right now.
It's a possible lead, Cookie. Why?
I've seen it before, Lilith.
You know what it is? Or have you just
You
seen
don't
it?
see it. What you see is a poor woman torn apart and thrown to the brink. And that's a difficult thing to look at. Even for those of us with more rosy pasts.
Lilith gets it. She's quiet about it, feeling foolish for bringing it up like that.
It's okay. You just want to help.
Okay.
You best go tend to your friends. This will be a tough time for all of you. You got some shit to work out.
Right. Keep an eye on Piztog while I'm away.
Oh, I'm always close at hand whenever a stranger shows up.
Comforting. All right then, Cookie. She walks, turns a heel, give a quick hug, and walks back around, walks away.
He hugs you back and waves you on your way.
Yeah, I guess I'll go to my room, get my stuff together, and get ready for checking out what's going on in the east.
Okay. It is turned bitter cold outside. The wind is howling. It's almost like it's that sharp icicle wind that blows the ice shards, and you can almost feel it cutting your face as you move through it.
This came out of nowhere. I'm guessing for all of us that are outside.
Kicked up rather aggressively. Yeah. Redann, where did you go?
I went to find Windsong.
Okay, Windsong is hanging out in the stables.
Hey, Windsong, are you too much of a baby to fly in this weather?
You're kidding, right?
I don't know what that means.
Have you seen it out there?
So you are a big baby.
I cannot see. You need to be able to see to fly.
That seems like a little much.
Look, who's the expert here?
I suppose I'll defer to your expert knowledge for the moment.
I've been flying for a number of years. And I can tell you that this is no fly weather. I've got this crate of apples and some soft bedding. I'm good. I think we'd wait for this to blow over, and I'll fly you anywhere you want to go.
Does your expert knowledge tell you how long this is going to last?
I don't know. This is bad. This is a bad storm. It's unseasonably bad.
That should worry you.
Well, I mean, it would, but I have all these apples in the soft bed. I mean, it's not the life on the road, but it's nice. I'll take it here for now.
Okay, but when it clears, I appreciate your willingness to help.
Sure, where are we going?
To the east.
Okay, can you be more specific?
I cannot.
Who's it?
Pardon me.
What'd you say?
I cannot be more specific.
Oh, you can't be more specific.
No.
Okay, well, all right, I guess we'll go east. You want to go to the desert? The desert's kind of fun, but they don't have a good sense of humor, and they don't like it when you cheat at dice.
Lilith has an idea. I'll speak to her.
Sure. You let me know. I'm gonna keep eating apples. I'm having a good time. Close the door. These scaly dudes, they're not so much with the talking, but they don't like the cold.
Okay, I'm gonna take my leave and go see if I can find the cart that we have that does fly, and see if that seems weather appropriate flying.
All right, that is not here currently.
God damn it!
The warlock.
You can't leave, bitch.
You can, but you don't have transit.
Would Calazar? I'm gonna go find Cal and see if there's any teleportation circles that go further east.
All right, that's the Mage Tower.
Off to the Mage Tower. Ginger in hand.
All right, Ginger in hand. You were promised experimentation after this. After the meeting. All right, so meanwhile, back in the tower, Gilbetta, you're reading a bunch of libraries about running reading a bunch of books in the library about running a school.
And we kind of cut like as soon as I got inside. Once I got inside and kind of got settled in the library, a couple things would happen. The first thing would happen is I imagine Gilbetta would know that this cold came out of nowhere, and it was like,
this is unseasonably bad. The weather itself is not like the rate at which it kicked up is not unusual. Yeah, but it is unusually violent.
So Gilbetta wants to get an idea of what's going on. So she would cast Druidcraft because you can get predict the weather at your location for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
And it would be a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, and falling snowflakes for snow, and so on. So it would kind of get, it's like a little sensory effect that
falling snowflakes.
Okay, so it looks like this is going to be around for at least,
and they're falling sideways, like they're being blown.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be like this for a while, at least a day.
Yeah.
And then she would just be gathering books on, because being as how it was a school, I'm imagining that there are books somewhere on the topic of teaching and opening school and kind of the structure of a school and stuff like that.
There's a number of different things on how they used to structure how they were used to structure the lessons on teaching people information gathering, dungeoneering, and combat, and all these kind of things.
Healing, I'm sure too. She'd definitely look at that on how actual lessons are structured on that. And she's kind of in her own world, but she's also keeping an eye on Larch. And she probably subconsciously if he was paying attention to her, she's sitting there going just kind of humming this tune and just like tapping as she's like going through and reading these books.
Okay.
And just kind of that is what's happening with Gilbetta right now.
All right.
Yeah, Larch is looking for like I said, any records from the old school.
All right. There's a number of books kind of detailing the day-to-day goings on at the school. There's a book that has, like, you know how at schools will they have like this is the graduating class each year. They have that kind of laid out.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to be just making mental notes, especially of any names that he recognizes that may have been mentioned to him, and just kind of, but with just sort of a general air of interest. And if he notices, at some point he's probably going to notice that Gilbetta's looking in his direction. Quite a fine place you have here, fine facilities. It's quite a blessing to inherit such a thing, such a foundation to build on, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, once we can get things where we want them to be, I think it'll be
As
a
I
really good
understand
thing.
As I understand it, back in the day, they had quite a positive reputation around the region as it was, though it's just kind of fell apart.
As things do, sometimes.
Unfortunately. Well, let's certainly hope that doesn't happen this time.
I would give anything to see that it doesn't.
As I understand it, strong, level-headed influences are a bit hard to find around here these days. There's people so entrenched in their sides of things, nobody's really putting the area first. Thinking of the little people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Does seem to be a bit of a recent problem. But, to be fair, we've been dealing with quite a large threat up until recent weeks.
Certainly. But now that threat's passed, it would be wonderful to see some focus, progress, influence, statecraft, if you will.
But it kind of cocks her head sideways and she goes, "Wouldn't it?"
Yes, you know that, of course, I think you know better than many. There's those around Waterdeep who would threaten the good standing of current administrations. Create the sort of instability that wouldn't be great for anyone. Couldn't have that, could we?
They, and she kind of stops because what she was gonna say doesn't really apply anymore. At least not in her mind right now.
Well, please, by all means, feel free to speak your mind.
And
I'm here to help.
She says, like I said, I would give everything to ensure that doesn't happen.
Well, that's the kind of dedication that's also hard to find these days. Loyalty, too. Strange to see such a young elf dedicate her indefinite future to such an institution.
Young.
Well, I speak relatively, of course. Most don't retire from the road until...
It's hard to believe I'm almost middle-aged.
Yes, well, it depends all on how you look at it. Hard to say, especially in your line of work. Lifespans tend to be unusually short or unusually long, depends on how lucky you are, I guess.
And the people you keep in company.
Naturally. Let me ask you a question. And I'm going to get kind of nearer and try to zone a truther. Who would you say in this world it is that you can really trust? DC is 16.
Charisma, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would love to hit that button if I could ever find out. There it is. And it's
saving throw, yeah.
Boy, he's having a hard time today.
Well, okay, to be fair, this is a Gilbetta spell, so it's like, she's kind of like, all right.
That and she's been around 2 bards for a long time, so.
Yeah.
So who is it that you would say you could really trust? Around here, out there, anywhere.
She kind of, her eyes flick down to her hand just for an instantaneous second. Her eyes flick down to her hand, and then she looks back up. And
did I notice that with 14 perception check, you think, DM? I'm gonna leave it to a dice.
14 perception check.
While I'm talking to her,
you'd notice that glance.
Okay.
And she says, "Well, I know a few people I can count on. There's a few people that I can count on for certain things, like being supportive in fights and general goals. And there are a few people that I can count on for always lending an ear. So I guess it depends on what you're asking if I trust people for."
I think a large part comes down to who do you trust to make decisions on your behalf?
She kind of really thinks about this, and you can kind of see that, the thing where people kind of you can tell that they're really sitting and thinking about and going through lists of people. And she looks back down and she looks back up and she says, "Myself and my goddess are almost all I have." And then she kind of laughs and says, "But I can always count on a very sharp friend of mine to make decisions for me."
I was under the impression you carried a hammer, but I like the poetry of it, no less.
Let's just keep it that way.
Fair enough.
And she will disengage and go back to the books.
All right. Larch will continue wandering around the library, kind of just checking stuff out, and sort of making notes of things.
All right.
Specifically, looking for. He's specifically looking for any sort of diaries or records, anything that's going to have somebody from the old guard talking about somebody else, the private thoughts they have on each other. If he can rustle that up, I don't know why that'd be out in the library, but he's trying to get a feel for everybody.
He's just trying to get some more info. All right.
Yeah.
So while you do that, Redann, you make your way into the tower.
Am I walking past this guy at any point in the tower?
Oh yeah, you make your way past the library and everybody else.
If I see him in there, I'm walking in and being like, "The fuck are you here for?"
Oh, what's the trouble, friend?
What are you in our library for?
To read books, of course. What does anyone go to a library for?
You're not permitted in here.
Your headmistress seemed to abide my presence without any issue.
Gilbetta, the fuck's this guy in here for?
To read books.
We don't even know what's in here. Are you fine with any other, like, maybe lich information or some sort of cataclysmic inducing book getting out there to anyone?
I mean,
we don't know this person.
I'm here for one. I'm watching him.
What book is he reading? What was the last thing he held?
Does he even have a book in his hand currently?
I think that answers his question.
I'll do a perception. It's a 21.
All right. Yeah, he's been particularly interested in books about the history of the keep, and that's what he's been rooting around in.
I'll tell Redann that.
Why?
Well, simply to learn and be of whatever assistance I can.
That's a specific topic to be researching. I'm not fucking around. What's going on?
As I said, I was sent here to help, and since it seems that the default one to take this important position in Waterdeep seems to be no longer with us, you all seem a bit troubled making this decision. I just thought perhaps I could inform it. Do you mind if I roll persuasion against you?
You go right ahead.
You're welcome to do so. You can play D&D all you want.
Holy shit. He's persuasive as fuck.
Does Redann care if he's persuaded or not?
Yeah, that's the real question.
That's the real question.
Is MT1 in here?
MT1 is staying close at hand.
MT1, watch this fucker like a hawk. I want to know everything he touches.
I will do so.
Don't let him leave with anything.
MT1! That's a rather industrial name.
It is my designation. Your name is unusual.
Oh, well, haven't you ever wanted to be something more than a designation?
MT1, you are not to interact with him.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm just trying to be friends.
I don't give a fuck. And I walk off.
Oof. Frosty.
Gilbetta is hating Redann more and more every day.
Yeah. I'll turn back towards Gilbetta. Well, not sure what his trouble is, but it seems everyone's a little bit high tensions. I'm actually going to walk after Redann, and I am going to use another one of these wonderful and it is called, what is it called? Soothing Words. I can cast the spell Soothing Words without using a spell slot up to 5 times for a long rest. So I'm going to cast some Soothing Words here. If I can find it.
If you can find the spell.
Or no, it casts Calm Emotions. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Which I want to say is just a wisdom save.
It should be in there. Like, we should have the whole player's handbook now. So.
Okay, hold on. Wait, yeah, I didn't dump it on my sheet. Hold on. There we go. Okay, each humanoid up to 20 feet. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk up Redann. He's probably the only one. Unless MT is following us too, which I don't know.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw, DC 16.
All right.
Hold, please. Charisma.
Whew.
Am I aware of what just happened?
It just ate your day.
I love it. This is.
Am I aware of what just happened?
Everything you've tried.
What?
Yes, he pushes it on.
Everything you've tried.
Everyone's like, oh my goodness.
Target different.
Because, well, I mean, it says a creature can choose to fail, so I guess they know.
Yeah.
It's also verbal and somatic components.
Yeah, so you
So
know
Redann
that
would see it.
he tried to calm your emotions.
I would
Yes.
pick this guy up by the throat What the fuck are you doing casting spells in here? What was that?
Simply trying to relax you a bit. Everyone seems a bit on edge.
I am perfectly relaxed. My emotions do not need calming.
I look down at his arm holding me up. I would disagree.
Oh, believe me, I'm perfectly calm. If I wasn't, you'd know.
Apparently I wouldn't. We've just met.
MT1, escort this thing out of the tower. He's not to leave the premises. If he resists, throw him in the brig.
Oh, you'll get no trouble from me, friend. Just trying to be helpful.
Very well. Come with me.
Well, as soon as he puts my feet back on the ground.
Yeah, I'll let him go.
All right. And MT1 goes to escort him outside.
Yeah, so as we're walking. MT1. How exactly did you come around here?
I was going to ask you a similar question. Who constructed you?
Honestly, as far as I know, Lady Silverhand. The first thing I interacted with.
This is strange.
Strange indeed. I try not to ask these questions. One can get mired up in endless loops just trying to process the meaning of existence. Much better to focus on goals. Speaking of which, what sort of goals do you have?
I am currently in the process of redefining those. However, I would like to know, I have not met many of our kind. The ones that I have met were different. There was something wrong with them.
I'm on board with you there.
You are different as well, but I am uncertain as to the nature.
Well, can we ever really and truly know our own nature? Speaking of which, how did you come to be so different?
Different from what?
Well, from that army of mindless soldiers created by Zelos.
I was constructed using a particular apparatus.
All right, then. Intentionally vague it is. But how and why do you find yourself in the service of this here institution?
It is my place.
So it is. So it is.
What is your place?
Well, that is yet to be determined, I suppose. At the moment, I've been sent here, so perhaps my place is here. Seems like they could use my help.
Perhaps. But there is an issue of trust. There seems to be some misconceptions about your intentions.
Well, I'm not sure why that would be.
I am uncertain as well. These things are difficult to understand sometimes.
It can be especially difficult for folks like us. I mean, look, you and me, machines built for purpose. We've got no need for deception, working around things. Why? We can just go about our business and work towards our goals as they are set out before us. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, there are other hindrances.
Well, so why would I have any need to lie? My logic is undeniable here, so I'm gonna throw 1D. He's 16. Oh shit! What was it? Charisma? Wisdom? Intelligence. Ooh shit. Intelligence 16.
Oh shit. Yeah, he rolled a 19. it just ain't your day, dude.
Larch is
No, it is not. I do not know enough about you, and your manufacture is different from my own. I apologize. I will have to escort you out of the tower. And he leads you outside.
Oh, by all means. By all means.
As I understand, we are not affected by the cold, so you should be fine, but it may be best to seek shelter.
Oh, yes. Don't want the moisture getting up there, freezing up the joints. Can't have that. Where would you recommend that I would be welcome to seek shelter?
There should be a room for you in the crab shack.
A room! Well, that's rather fancy indeed, a bit superfluous, but I won't turn it down.
Very well.
And
do be careful in the cold and the wind.
Insight check. That a fucking threat?
Bitch, you don't know. It might be, but you don't fucking know.
Fucking day.
Oh,
you can interpret that any way you want to interpret it.
Careful indeed. Careful indeed. And I will walk my way over to the crab shack. Or at least try to.
But you might.
We can discuss things further. So after you step outside in the cold wind, and the door to the Mage Tower closes behind you, it is dark and there's blowing snow, and it is empty. The entire main walkway, main road that runs through this place is vacant of all activity as everyone is seeking shelter from this storm. And as you're moving along, as Larch moves through the road and towards the end, towards the crab shack, in an instant, something moves through the storm, and like snatching a fruit out of a bowl of water, just plucks him and carries him off into the night.
Damn it. Damn it.
Unceremoniously. The people
one
spoke.
I like.
The people have
one
spoken.
I like.
The people have spoken.
Guys, can you help me out?
This may come up again later. This may come up again later, because Larch is also an NPC that I wanted to use.
You didn't even let Redann kill him.
I couldn't. Because Redann would not have left pieces. He would repurpose them into a couch or something.
He would be carrying Larch's head around with his other
This is
skulls.
mine now. Also, that sends an unfortunate message back to Lady Silverhand. All right.
Yeah.
He had more stuff built into him, too.
Oh, God. There's so... Yeah, look. We're going to come back to this. It's going to be fine.
I think the final vote was 80% in favor of death.
Yeah. All right.
Damn it.
Move on. We got to get over it. Okay. So, Redann, you go to find Calazar inside.
Cal.
Yes. Oh, what can I do for you? Oh, right. The thing.
Yes, but I do have another inquiry. Are you aware of any way that we can utilize the teleportation circle to get further east?
Oh, yes. There's one to a... there's a place that we used to go to in the desert, a circle of standing stones. It was a landmark, and we had a little place beneath it. A good place for cookouts. We would go occasionally. But I believe it's still active. I don't think anyone has ever gone out there. It's very hot, very, very sunny. I don't do so well in a place like that.
Okay. After you do a little experiment with Ginger, I would appreciate it if you could show me the way to get there and how to get back.
Oh, of course. I can assist you with that. In fact, MD1 manages the portals, so he can help you with that.
That's perfect.
As for Gingy, let's go to the laboratory.
Mwahaha.
That's exactly, just like that.
I like you, Cal.
he goes, and there's like this big stone slab, and like way too big of straps put across Gingy, but it's just like one.
Comically large. It's a seatbelt over, and
like,
you see like
yeah,
a head
like
and the
one,
foot.
and it's just like the head and the legs sticking out the top of the bottom. Now we can begin. First step is light surgery, which the straps were a bad idea. I can't get at anything. And he just pulls, and what he does is he like glues the legs and arms down, and then goes back to work. And he very carefully, with some tweezers, removes the candy on the chest and places it to the side in a small dish. And he's wearing a face mask. And then he very carefully cuts open the gingerbread and carefully moves it to the side. And he says, I need you to go to Cookie, and I need approximately 3 inches of gingerbread.
You got it. And I'd bolt, like faster than fast.
Okay. And while you do that, he carefully extracts a note and unfurls it. And he's like, oh, well, I guess that's never getting accomplished. And sets it aside and prepares another scroll to put inside of it. And then eventually you return from the winter storm. And he carefully grafts the replacement gingerbread into place. But before that, he says, I need you to give it orders. Can't hear you.
What kind of orders?
What do you want it to do?
I want it to be nice and to be friendly.
Here's a scroll. And he puts down like a little scroll in front of you and a little piece of writing utensil. And he says, write down your orders for the thing, and then it will engage in those actions once I have installed the scroll and pieced it back together.
That's a lot of responsibility, Cal.
It's your gingerbread, man.
Oh, no. Okay. And I... oh, God. Too much responsibility. Yeah. Literally hyperventilating.
Says the guy that wanted to be the Master Lord of Waterdeep 20 minutes ago.
Hey, I didn't say it was a good idea.
Gingerbread, man.
Be nice, be my friend, be friendly to people, but don't be afraid to kill when I tell you to. Done.
Concise. He rolls it up carefully, puts it in, grafts the gingerbread over, carefully reinstalls the candy.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Yes. Fuck. Okay, I need a minute. And then says, Calazar puts it on and be like, live! Oh, right, I glued him down. And then he gets like a spatula and puts his hand over it and like, pries it off the table. And then, okay, now leave! And he slowly, the arms come up and the gingerbread creature wobbles to its feet and then looks up. Hello, Redann. You're my friend.
Ginger, are you okay?
We're friends. I'm always okay when I'm with you. And he hugs your hand.
Oh my God. I give him the biggest, gentlest hug ever.
I hate this. I fucking hate all of this.
You hate it, Gilbetta hates it, or all of the above?
All of the above.
Yeah. I,
This
however,
is my favorite thing
so
ever.
happy.
It's just like, it's just...
I just imagine it's like Redann orders it to kill, and it's like, I'm not afraid to do that.
it's gonna be relentlessly upbeat all the time. It's just gonna be like...
Oh, God.
What do you
Okay,
want to do
Ginger.
next, friend?
Oh my
We're
God,
gonna
I hope
go-
Rolda gets to meet this thing.
We're going to go east. Or do you want to come?
What are we gonna do when we go east?
We're going to go
Are
exploring.
we going on a road trip?
We are going on a road trip. Do you want to come?
Do you know any good road trip songs, friend?
I do not, but I think Lilith would.
I'm gonna sing us road trip songs.
Yes, please.
We're on a gingerbread road trip. We're going east, I don't know why. With my big friend Redann.
You have a lot of talent.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. We'll be friends forever, but let's go.
Friends forever and ever?
Ever and ever and ever.
We're bestest friends.
Damn right.
I'm gonna ride on your shoulder. And he climbs up you.
We're going to have to get a chair made for you up there. But that
You
can
are
wait.
very tall.
Oh, just wait, buddy. Just wait. And I go running off to find Gilbetta.
Gilbetta has killed herself in the library. She's dead.
It's just like a note scrawled in blood that says nope. Just fucking nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Gilbetta.
Watch Redann. And she's like buried in piles of books. Just like,
Do you want time alone?
apparently that's not.
Hi.
What the fuck is that?
This is my
Ginger.
friend Redann.
Nope, not. I'm not asking you. I'm asking him what you are.
Okay.
It's Ginger. Cal reprogrammed him.
To do what?
I like your hair.
See?
Obviously.
He's awesome. He's my
Reprogrammed
friend.
him to do what?
We're best friends.
He's my best friend, and he's friends to everyone, but he's not afraid to kill.
I will lay down a river of blood in Redann's name.
See? Isn't he fucking awesome?
This seems specific.
Anyways, do you want to come on an adventure, or do you want time here alone?
Define adventure.
We're going on a road trip.
We're going on a road trip.
Do you want to hear my road trip song?
He's really good.
I'm
She wants to
You're
hear it.
blue.
no. Yep.
Do you want to come
Me
on an
and
adventure?
Redann are going on a trip. We're going out east. It's gonna be great. Maybe we'll have marshmallows.
Oh, we should get marshmallows from Spoonie.
Where are you going? Where are you planning to go, Redann?
We're going east. Lilith said there's something to look at east.
There's what? What is there to look at? Another
Apparently
secret that she's kept from us for
No,
months?
apparently some demons are coming out. She just found this out and she shared it, but she ran off.
Oh, good. Good. So she wants to befriend the one demon and then not the others. So it's
You're
seems
looking at
fine.
things in black and white, and I get it. And I get that you're hurt, but life doesn't fucking stop.
You're goddamn right. Life doesn't fucking stop.
So do you want to come, or do you want to be here alone and process Kashano's loss? I respect either way.
What I want doesn't matter.
It does matter to me.
But if this is something that needs to be done, then we need to go do it. That's all that matters.
Can you get along with Lilith while we go?
No.
I appreciate your honesty and I fucking love you. But I need you to get along.
Again, no.
Do you not understand that she's hurt too? We're all fucking broken.
Because she won't say anything.
That's how she processes it.
Well.
This is very awkward.
You're not wrong. Do you want Ginger to ride on your shoulder?
No. You stay over there. And this time she is looking at the
gingerbread man.
Yes.
Okay.
Cal took care of this. He's fine. Last chance. Do you want to come? Can you be amicable?
She says nothing, draws her moonstone hammer, and walks out just walks out.
I look at Ginger in the eye, I shake my head, and then I say, road trip!
Road trip!
Oh my God, this is the best fucking thing ever.
So, once again, our final note is high emotion. With the animated gingerbread man who is relentlessly positive. There we go, I got there. But on a cliff top, overlooking the Avalon Knights Academy, thick in the snowstorm, a well-dressed lord with his assistant stands in front of an army of mechanical men. And one flies past and drops the bound up Larch. There, Owen. We got the parts back. Now we just have to wait. And it'll be our time to move soon. Yes, sir. And they sit and they stare out through the snow at Avalon Keep, waiting for something. And that's where we're going to end today.
Waiting for something. Great. Great. Hope it's not waiting for everyone to leave.
Yeah, Gilbetta's like so confused. It's like you say you want to stay and fix the keep, yet you want to do something that has nothing to do with the keep, and you want to leave it to go do something that has nothing to do with us.
Do you want Redann around the keep helping and fixing?
Again, what Gilbetta wants apparently does not matter. So
you guys are going to have to hash out some shit, but that's where we're going to end today. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to give us those likes and follows and subscribes. And if you were watching during the break, we do have those Patreon bonuses, so check those out. We just had our first Patreon game, and it was a lot of fun. You got to have Drunk Gilbetta, which you only get very occasionally. And from the looks of this sadgasm going on, it's not going to happen again for a while.
No. That part of Gilbetta is dead right now.
Dead. We gotta fix that. All right. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. Give those follows, likes, and subscribes. We're gonna do a big giveaway when we finally hit our 1,000 follower mark, which we're getting closer and closer to every day. So look out for that. Inching ever so slightly. And
one gingerbread man at a time.
Tomorrow, the story continues with Too Many Warlocks, so definitely tune in for that. And then the following day, we've got our Deadlands campaign, where you can see Gilbetta playing another character whose shit isn't quite as emotionally turned up. But let's see what happens.
Kevin will get there. It's fine. Don't worry.
So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for participating in our vote. We were sad to see Larch go. We really liked him, but you guys decided. So it's fine. But tune in next week and you'll get to vote on another character.
And I think
that's the last one. That's the last one. Thank you so much. And then after that, we get to have the free-for-all, and you get to vote on who will be the last character standing.
Becky. All Becky.
Please no.
God, I hope not.
I want Becky back so much.
Oh, Becky wants you too.
So thank you so much for joining us today. Please be sure to check out all our videos. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Discord. We got all that stuff up there. And until next time, class dismissed.
And we boarded a ship to make his plot move quicker to our end. Then a storm beset us and a giant squid attacked. The ship so cracked and then we sank into the sea so black. Our bag of holding opened, we lost all our treasure. So tell me, Mr.